when I was in high school, I once had a chat with my dad, and we were pondering how the doctor who makes $150,000 a year but pays the plumber and the electrician and the landscaper and the tailor and the seamstress to do everything for him might in the end only have, $10,000 per year of disposable income, whereas the carpenter or the plumber or the electrician who is curious and innovative and learns how to do things that are outside his skill set might make significantly less, but saves a lot of money by doing things himself. And it was just kind of this general discussion of do-it-yourselfing and staying curious and learning. And that's been with me now for 20 years. And one of the things that can really be satisfying is when one of the hobbies that you've developed allows you to save money in a different area. And so this is just kind of a simple example of that. I bought this watch for my wife on eBay. It's open box. And so it's new, but it was open box and it costs about $70. It's a smaller version of a watch that I have. And anyway, when I got it, it wasn't ticking. So I wrote the eBay seller and I just said, hey, it's not ticking. I didn't see that in the ad. Is that, did you miss that or whatever? And they apologized and said they overlooked it. And basically said, they'd like to refund me half of my money. So I got this watch for 50% off. And the backing is this type of screw back, which I didn't have the tool to get off. You can buy the tool for a relatively low amount of money. And it's basically just two arms and a third arm that moves up and down. But I thought, well, I might be able to just make something that can remove that. So I just took a little block of wood that I had lying around as a woodworker. And I took two of these nails and just clipped the heads. And then I put them in a drill and spun them in the drill along a grinder, although you could use sandpaper, just to get nice, crisp 90-degree edges. And then I took a measurement, one of the best tools to have around. I just took a measurement between two of these holes and then sort of pinched those in there as much as needed until I could get it off. And anyway, so my point here is that, if you're willing to buy things open box or used, or even better yet, used or broken, and then you're able to repair them, not only can you save a lot of money, but you can learn some new skills. And of course, you could easily buy a tool to do this job as well. But there's something satisfying about making a tool, especially when it's out of scrap. And it also does something, I think, for your brain, because this type of fastener, where you use two pins like this, is somewhat common. And I actually just made a tool just like this for a friend of mine and his bicycle. And once your brain gets in the habit of solving problems by making or inventing or innovating or trying versus just going to the store and buying, it's really satisfying, and you get better at it. And you do it more and more, and then you save even more money and you solve even more complex problems. And so I would just encourage you to not run to Amazon the moment you have a problem, but think about, maybe you still need to make a purchase, right? Maybe you don't have wire cutters, or maybe you don't have chunks of wood. But if you develop a hobby like woodworking or metalworking or leatherworking or something like that, and you buy the tools that will enable you to do lots of things in the future, instead of buying the final product, then instead of buying final products, you just buy more tools and resources that allow you to build final products. And that's just really satisfying. And depending on where you go in the world, Amazon may not be available to you. And I had a best friend, I had a good friend who grew up on the island of Sark in the British Isles, where there's no cars and there's very limited resources. And he was just so good at coming up with solutions with very rudimentary, elementary things. And I just admired that so much, because basically anyone can go to Amazon and buy something. But to use your brain and the resources around you to solve problems is just a wonderful skill to have and develop and to teach to your children. And it's a simple and rudimentary example, but I just thought I would share it and maybe get someone's creative, innovative, do-it-yourself juices flowing. All right, that's all for today. Take care, guys.